We're back onto the all-weather track for race 5 on the card at Sha Tin. It's class 4 and the distance is 1,200 metres. The lineup, Touch of Luck, Cheek Pieces off, Pacifiers back on, Zac Burton gate 2. Kelmimi wins, a 3-year-old ISG by Scat Daddy on debut. Generous Heart comes back from a bleeding attack. Gunner tries the surface for the first time. We know a lot about the 9-year-old Grand Harbour. Turf Brilliant, a 4-year-old by Matt and Hat and Rain on debut. Happy Star, Joyful Contender make up the final two along with Ever Strong 10, 11 and 12. Now Sky Treasure, Happy Star, both have been doing a lot of their work and preparation at Chun Fa. So it's a long run down the back stretch at the 1,200 metre start point. Tom, is there plenty of dash here?
I think there will be, because we know that Sky Treasure is a horse that certainly can jump and run. He likes the surface, so he'll be up front, I think, with Gunner. Touch of Luck, he's raced handy pretty much most of the time throughout his career, certainly in the back half of the recent runs we've seen. Grand Harbour can certainly roll forward. He's now a 9-year-old, so getting a bit long on the tooth, Grand Harbour, but certainly showed last season that age shall not weary.
First I want to look at here is Touch of Luck, likely to start one of the favourites here. You can see him going nicely down the back straight. Zac Burton doing the work on him, and he looks good. There's no problems there on his track work. Is that one? Kelmimi wins. Now he's 1,096 pounds, a son of Scat Daddy, so the dirt should be okay for him. He's under a good hold. Dennis Yip is the trainer here, and he's just doing it well within himself here as he finishes off his track work there. And the last one we're going to look at is Dollar Reward. Still a maiden after 29 starts, had a few thirds, but look, he has been placed on this all-weather, and barrier 4 with Joe Moreira aboard, so worth a second look on him.
Well, we all need a touch of luck from time to time, and he's the horse we're going to focus on to start with. He likes the all-weather. He's had 2 runs on the surface for a second and a third. He had very solid form at the end of last season. A 5-year-old ISG by Hard Spun, so everything is there for the dirt. Tick, tick, tick. The distance may be the issue, though, because those better runs last season were over a longer trip.
Yeah, he did take a while to warm up in those ones. Remember, his pacifier fell off there at one stage in one of his runs as well. I'm going to put him in, but only on a minor line. I'm with you, Brett. I just think he's better over a bit longer.
Happy with his trial leading in, Tom?
Yeah, his trial was just fair. It was tough conditions. It was really wet on that morning. That run at Happy Valley of his last time out, I thought he had perfect run in the trail. He had every opportunity, just couldn't win. Yeah,
I tend to think he is a nice enough horse going forward, but maybe the trip might be a fraction short. When you've got horses like Sky Treasure, who likes the surface, he's going to zip along. Ever Strong's another one that's done most of his winning on this surface and can be handy. And Promise Kept hasn't done a great deal so far, but there does suggest potentially there's something hidden away there from him.
Yeah, Sky Treasure was on the turf last time out, and he was just flat over the last 200 metres behind Marvellous World. I thought this trial win was good. We know he can get out, jump and run. Also in that trial was Ever Strong. He hasn't been too far away. The interesting one for me was Promise Kept, who I've thrown in on a minor line. Missed out last start, but has shown a little bit on the dirt before.
Yeah, he hadn't hit the 2 starts. He did hit the line, I thought, quite strongly in one of those races, and it was a pretty quiet trial.
You're a Promise Kept man too?
I've got him in there, yeah. Right. Got him in there for third.
Generous Heart, this is a very capable horse when he's right. You can see in this trial that he's certainly displaying some signs that he's hitting the line under his own steam. I really like this trial. Some of his wins, his 2 wins to date, have both been exceptional when they've happened. Whether it's this surface or whether it's the valley, we'll have to wait and see, but a lot of pace should suit him.
Yeah, I just had to have a double look at him because he's only a 6-year-old, but he seems like he's been around forever, doesn't he?
He does.
67 points his last win.
Yeah, and look, he's done it before.
Yep, Gunner is one of the new kids on the block. Done very little wrong from his 4 starts.
Yeah, no, he's put on 28 pounds, but I think he looks good for it. He's strengthened up really nicely. Neil Callan aboard. First time on the all-weather, but he really works well and trials well on the surface, so I think he's a big chance in this.
I thought he had every chance as well. He's been backed and beaten a couple of times now, but they're trying here on the all-weather. Casper Founds and Neil Callan, but don't think he had too many excuses last time.
Early favourite is the old boy, Grand Harbour, Paul.
Yep, I haven't got him in, actually, the old boy, but he is old, we know that one. I've got to put Gunner on top. First start on the surface with that 28-pound increase. I think he's a nice horse, this one, and he's only had the 4 starts last season, 4-year-old now. So he's on top. Sky Treasure's got to get across from 12. That's the key for him. You'll know your fate early. Promise Kept, I think he can run on really nicely. And then the top weight, Touch of Luck. 5-3-9-1.
Wide draw for Sky Treasure, but 3 of his 4 wins have been on the all-weather, so I'll take him over number 1, Touch of Luck. I've got 5 Gunner in, and I'll throw in 9, Promise Kept as the next best. 3, 1, 5 and 9.
I'm going to go a run on. Generous Heart for me. I think he's going really well in the mornings. He'll love a great tempo to run at. So open race, but the 4 for me. Right.